Hello everyone, welcome again to Lita's English. Dear learner, today we are going to learn 10 phrases. These 10 phrases will help you to speak in English very nicely and properly. But you have to remember one most important thing, that you have to memorize all these phrases, and of course you have to use these phrases for your daily communication. Otherwise, it may happen that all the memories, all the phrases will disappear from your memory. So you have to memorize all these, and of course you have to use this. And one most important thing, this phrase will help you very much to communicate with others, as I do with my relatives, my colleagues, my students. So now let's get started to know the 10 phrases which will help you to speak in English very nicely. Well, dear learner, our today's first phrase is a blessing in disguise. What actually this phrase means? Well, dear learner, this phrase actually means a situation when a bad thing happens. Actually, we first time we didn't understand, we didn't see that there are some good points in the situation, but finally we understand that there was something good. So in that case, you can use this phrase, a blessing in disguise. So I will give you an example which will help you to understand how to use this phrase. Well, we can say like this: he missed the bus and it was a blessing in disguise because this bus got into an accident. Yes, dear learner, this is how you can use this phrase, a blessing in disguise. Well, next phrase is all birds no bites. All birds and no bites. So how to use this phrase? What actually this phrase means? Actually, this phrase means when a person talks more than usually he does. So in that case, you can use this phrase, all birds and no bites. Well, here is an example for you. You can say like this way: he talks like a gangster, but he is all birds no bite. Well, this is how you can use this phrase. Well, our next phrase is cook and bull story. This is very interesting, and I really prefer to use this because there sometimes I find different type of people like this. In that case, I can use this phrase. So, which actually means a lie. When an unbelievable story, you'll find different type of people around you. In that case, you can use this phrase, cook and bull story. Well, I don't believe or I don't agree with his cook and bull story. That means that was a lie. So in that case, you can use this phrase, cook and bull story. Well, our next phrase, number 4, which is dark horse. What actually that means? Dark horse, that means no, not like that as you are thinking. This is quite different phrase. You can use this phrase when you find some person who has enough abilities, but those abilities are unknown to the people, but who can be a good rival, a powerful rival. In that case, you can use this phrase, dark horses. So how to use this phrase? Well, here is an example for you which will help you to understand and use this phrase properly. Well, if we talk about the example, we can use that Lin is one of the dark horse candidates for the music competition. Yes, this is how actually you can use this phrase, dark horse. Well, if we talk about next phrase, number 5, it is very realistic. You can use this phrase very nicely, and oftentimes you will find this phrase that match actually in life. Well, that means every cloud has a silver lining. What this phrase means? This phrase meaning is very interesting. In our life, everyone's life, we find a situation when it's important, when we need to be more powerful. We should always stay optimistic. Despite in our practical life, there are a lot of difficulties, obstacles. And one thing we have to remember, that a day will come when all the difficulties, all the obstacles will disappear, all the things will disappear, and of course a good day will come. So in that case you can use this phrase, every cloud has a silver lining. Well, if we talk about an example, in that case you can use this phrase very nicely, that I didn't do well in the examination, so I believe that every cloud has a silver lining. So this is the fact, this is the reality. You should always remain optimistic. And next one is go for broke. What actually means? It's also related to our life. A time will come every in our life, maybe everyone face this type of reality. When it's important, we need to take an risk. In that case you can use this phrase, go for broke, when we actually take an extreme risk. Well, dear learner, an example for you. You can use this phrase, this is my last chance where I have to prove myself, so I'm going to go for broke. So I'm going to take a risk for my success, for anything. Like this way you can use this phrase and it will help you to express your feeling. Well, our next phrase is very interesting and I personally love this one. This one is high five. Isn't it interesting? Yes. It actually means one kind of gestures of celebration. At the same time, it may happen that you just slap someone's palm, and on the other hand, the same person, he or she, does the same in order to greet each other. So this is how we can use this in very nice phrase, high five. So here is an example for you. Mr. Shakil always gives me a high five when we meet. So this is how, dear learner, you can use this phrase, high five, and definitely it's very interesting to use. And next one is hold your horses. That means actually this phrase is also equally important when you are talking. Well, sometimes you may ask or someone to be patient, ask somebody to wait for you. In that case, you can use this phrase, hold your horses. Example, of course, here is an example for you. Mom, hold your horse, please. I'm coming to have my dinner. So this is how actually you can use this phrase, hold your horses. Well, our next phrase is another important thing here, is that you can use properly and it will help you speak in English very properly. Let bygone be bygone. What actually that means? It's interesting. That means to forgive someone for something that he or she did to you. So you cannot change this, actually happened earlier, so you should start a phrase in that phrase. In that case you should forgive him. So in that case you can use this phrase, let bygone be bygone. Well, our next phrase is keep an eye on. Yes, what actually this phrase means is one kind of attention, one kind of care, to watch over something or somebody with care and attention. Actually, our elderly person, our parents, our teacher do like this. So you can use this phrase when you are talking in English. Well, every mother always keeps an eye on her children, so to avoid all kind of unexpected situation. So dear learner, this is all about the 10 phrases, and of course it will help you a lot to speak in English properly and very nicely. And remember, most important thing, don't forget to use them for your daily communication. So that's all for today.